Well, this is the third in the Philippines. And I think the most updated, of course, doon sa mga nauna nating nalagay. The first one was in Mag-ao, Iloilo. The second one was in Ilagan, Isabela. And then, of course, Vintar, Ilocos Norte. How is it helpful? It bridges actually the farm to the fabric. Kasi ang wala tayong capability on the ground is actually to process our cotton fibers into yarns. Bakit? Kasi masyado po siyang capital intensive. Ibig sabihin mahal. Dito po pumapasok ang gobyerno kasi of course this is a very tricky thing for the private sector. So dito po pumapasok ang gobyerno pagdating po sa ating mga paggawa. And the investment of course is a government funded project para po ma-link natin yung cotton farming ng pinili Ilocos Norte doon sa ating weaving activities not only in Ilocos Norte but the entire region and even in the Cordillera.
Sir, how will it change the market po and how many handloom weavers or industries ang matutulungan since ongoing?
Yes, actually, ang impact po nito because it actually can produce 150 kilos ng sinulid cotton yarns per day. So, looking at about 40 tons per year. Imagine mo yun, 40 tons even pag you work backwards, ilang toneladang cotton ang kakailanganin nun. So, baka hindi na rin sufficient only just getting it from Pinili. Maybe the other nearby towns will be able to produce as well. So pag nakapag-produce naman yan ng around 40 tons of sinulid per year, abay almost 800 handloom weavers ang pwede po niyang ma-impact. And handloom weaving only in Northern Luzon ay nasa 1,000 na ang Region 1 eh. So imagine mo, meron pa tayo sa Cordillera, ay ang Cordillera malaki din. So kaya po very strategic yung position ng ating RYPIC dito sa Ilocos Norte because we also want to reach out the northernmost part which is Apayao. Apayao will also be the source of pineapple fiber. So kitang-kita nyo gumagana. So I'd like to put forward po yung term na hindi po ito sector, hindi lang po ito industry. We want to call it the textile innovation ecosystem. Kasi po interaction po ito ng napakaraming players, hindi lang farmers, hindi lang weavers, hindi lang din po academe, hindi lang po kami. Ito po ay pagsama-sama ng buong, actually technically buong sambayanan, even us as consumers. Kaya po nagtutulong-tulong tayo centered on the innovation component.
Itong facility, when was this established? Kailan siya na-turn over dito sa...
Today.
Today.
Today. We signed, this was actually part of our GAA. So imagine nyo the efficiency. I was telling actually yung local government kanina, we can demonstrate efficiency in government. This project was funded by the 2025 GAA of PTRI. Nag-bid out po kami end of last year sa early procurement. Nag-award kami first quarter. Na-turn over. At dumating ang mga makina almost 2 months ago. Inassemble ang mga makina. Sumabay yung building. Binagyo, naayos. And we had to make sure na as scheduled, November 20, 2025, buo at gumagana po yung RYPIC Ilocos Norte.
Sir, bakit po dito napili?
Because Ilocos Norte in particular and Vintar naman more specifically strategic because we want to reach out, as I said, the northern part of the Philippines, yung Cagayan, Apayao area. Hindi po yan kasi madaling ma-reach out ng Ilagan facility. Remember, in the other side of the map, nandun naman sa Ilagan, Isabela yung isang facility. So ang magsaserve ngayon nito is Ilocos Norte. That's why it's Ilocos Norte. Why Vintar? The northern towns of Lawag, is Vintar, Bacara, Pasukin, Burgos, all the way. But the problem in Bacara, Pasukin area is that malapit na tayo sa dagat at normally pag medyo maalat yung hangin, makaka-apekto yun dun sa mga makina. So we made sure na nandun tayo sa strategic. And of course, Vintar is not only strategic to Lawag but also strategic to Sarat, also strategic to the other provinces papunta paakyat ng Dingras, Marcos, if you know, of course I'm from here so I know the map, all the way to Pinili and Banna. So napaka-strategic po ng location niya and we hope that it can really perform the intended functions that it was actually planned to be.
Clarification, yung memorandum of agreement was signed between
The-
DOST
And the local government. Of Vintar. Yes, of Vintar. So this is the first time that it is located in an LGU facility. All the first two were actually in an SUC. So eto, tingnan naman natin kung paano mag-work ang LGU. At ibang power ng LGU as far as mobilizing resources and stakeholders. Ko happy po kami na makita naman yung dimension na yun. Remember ang PTRI hindi namin bigay ng production facility. Every single facility na binibigay natin dyan, nag-generate niya ng knowledge. We have to test our different business models, our different technology transfer models, and working with an LGU is actually the one we are testing here in Vintar. So hopefully it will work.
Facility?
Okay, I think the building is about 13 million the physical structure kasi hindi amin to, it's the town's counterpart, and the facility is around 30, almost 40 million the equipment.
So 50
Yeah, almost. Yes, yeah, roughly the
From
physical,
Daga,
the
sir.
from yung sa amin from Daga, yung
Yung
sa
40.
LGU, yeah, the 40. Yes,
Mhm.
the LGU is I'm not particularly sure. I cannot give the detail, but I think galing, of course, it's the LGU's counterpart. Most likely Daga yan, kasi Daga naman ang source
Sir,
nila.
there's a map of planned RYPIC in other
Yes.
areas. Can you
Yes,
please
actually, we are just an inch short of launching the fourth in Cabacan, North Cotabato. So you're all invited again. Actually, dapat nas nauna siya than Vintar, but because it is part of the NSAW, so in-accelerate namin yung launching ng Vintar Ilocos Norte. But Cabacan is just waiting for us to go there to launch. So we may be launching, dahil pre-launch po ito ngayon sa Vintar, we will have a big ceremonial launch, and then Cabacan is next. And then next year, ang next na pupuntahan ng RYPIC ay sa Taytay, Rizal, because we will also try to work with the upcycled yarns, yung mga alam niyo tinatapon na scraps that can also be a source of fiber. So yung fiber natin hindi kailangan tinatanim lang. Pwede rin nanggaling siya doon sa mga pinagtabasan nila. So that's yun naman ang bagong model ng ating RYPIC in Taytay, Rizal. And if you ask me furthermore, hopefully we will be given the opportunity to go to Kabangkalan, Negros Occidental, and then the other one will be in Balik ng Norte, Abra, and then we'll go south in Zamboanga. So all of those are already in the plans.
Sir, additional on my part, kasi in-explain kanina, cotton na hinahaluan ng
Pinya.
pinya. Why is that?
Oh, yes. Because cotton, ang cotton hindi naman, while it's nice as a material, it's not also the most environment friendly. Why? Because it eats up a lot of water. Maraming water intensive siya. Of course, it uses land to plant. Talagang it's a fiber crop. Ibig sabihin, tinatanim talaga yung cotton intentionally for textile. Now, every single kilogram na matanggal mo dun sa cotton at masubstitute mo ng isang material na mas mababaw ang carbon footprint like pineapple leaves. Ang pineapple leaves, hindi naman tinatanim for the fiber. Tinatanim siya for the fruit. Yung fiber, tinatapon lang yan. So, every single kilo na mapalitan mo, napakalaki ng impact niya, hindi lamang sa sustainability, but actually in its carbon footprint. At yun na po ang language ngayon ng fashion industry when you work and export abroad. Ang tatanungin is, what is the carbon footprint of your product? So yun po yung mga ini-enable natin, and part of our efforts as well is to compute the life cycle, to do the life cycle assessment of all our products, kasi tumataas po ang requirement ng ating export market. Hindi na pwedeng basta tela lang. Kailangan mababang carbon footprint, kailangan environment friendly, kailangan culturally relevant. So all of these are part of the market segment that we're trying to tap.
Sir, is there a certain temperature para sa maintenance ng mga machine?
Well, sana hindi lang siya masyadong humid kasi yun ang nagko-corrode yung ibang parts ng machines. And of course, siyempre yung overall yung overall well-being ng operators natin. But we also place air conditioners dito kasi ang kailangan din natin is yung sinulid din, napapatid din yan kapag masyadong dry. And Ilocos very hot, really very hot here. So, kailangan i-control natin yung condition para yung consistency ng quality, etc. ma-assure natin. Remember, this is not just a matter of producing yarns. We have to produce quality yarns that can speak of us as, as really quality-oriented consumers as well.
Sir, dagdag na lang, pag nabuo na yung sinulid, saan siya binabagsak?
Dito in particular, kasi pag lumabas yung sinulid, ready to weave eh. So ibig sabihin, diretso na yan ang dispatch niya sa ating mga handloom weavers. Pero ang tinitingnan natin ngayon, hindi lang handloom weavers yung tinitingnan na recipient, kasi we are also trying to empower the Philippine Tropical Fabrics Law. Ito yung uniform ng government. So magkaiba yun, kasi yung handloom weaving, tao ang nagwi-weave. Yung Philippine Tropical Fabric, power loom yun, mga makina yun. So kaya ko nasabi kanina with the governor, because I think the local government of Vintar is also intent on getting power looms para mabuo nila, and they can also supply yung hindi masupply ng handloom weaving, which is actually the power loom woven fabrics.
Pero sir, kalaking tulong sa mga local na nila?
Uy, malaki. Kasi alam nyo, sinulit natin, number one, karamihan yung polyester. Pangalawa, galing yan sa ibang bansa. So imagine mo yung laki ng masasubstitute mo for local materials. Napakalaki ng impact nun. And pag tinignan nyo, tanongin nyo siguro, baka ayaw naman nila. Hindi, sila nga ang naghahanap ng cotton. So if you go and meet the weavers, talaga single one of them is saying, sir, saan kami makakabali ng cotton? And they're willing to buy. And by willingness to buy means may market talaga sila. This might not be your cheapest substitute for polyester, but I think it has its own market. At napakalaki po alam mo yung nararamdaman mo sa ating mga habi, their opportunity as well to launch, to handle and be proud of the fabrics that we have. Hindi lang yung fabrics na parang gusto mo lang siyang habiin, but they also want na masasabi nila talagang Filipino made it.
Sir, sinabi po kanina na magkakaroon din daw ng dyeing facility.
Natural dye.
Natural dye, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
Can you expound?
Yes, actually kasi yung dulo, 'di ba? Hindi naman pwedeng sinulid na walang kulay. So yung dito lalabas, syempre may kulay, that's the natural color of it yung lalabas. But what we can also do is to dye it two ways. Yung isa natural dyes, yung isa synthetic dyes. So anyway, possible. Ang importante pag nag-dye ka, may babalik mo ulit siya sa sinulid kasi yung nakabalik sa sinulid, yun ang alam ng weaver na i-warp. Yun ang simula niya pag gumawa sila, nag-weave. So, capable yung facility na yun. Yung natural dye, simpleng machine. Wala na yung makina. Actually, kawa-kawa na lang yun. Maliliit na vessel. So, it's easy for backyard weavers to actually engage in. And kaya siyang gawin yan sa likod. Magsiga ka lang. And also, you can actually do natural dye. Pwedeng weavers ang gumawa. Pwede rin siya extension ng facility. That depends kung ano po yung magiging arrangement. But ang bottom line is, this is, para siyang, alam niyo, parang Lego. Nauna na to. So, madaling idugtong yung mga susunod. Until yung weaving, until yung dying. Alam mo, meron kaming bagong program next year, the Mananahi ng Barangay Program, kasi gusto nating ituloy. Tama yung tanong nyo kanina, pagtapos ng tela, anong susunod? Kailangan maisuot, di ba? Kailangan may output. Kasi hindi naman lahat ng tao bumibili ng tela lang. So, want to make sure na yung communities din natin involved din in actually assembling the fabrics na maging garments. So, tuloy-tuloy yung value chain.
Sir, tama ba pag hindi na mababakante yung mga weaver because meron ng continuous supply?
Yes, that is possible. Hindi mababakante, at the same time, they can even expand. Alam nyo, napakalaki po, napakasarap po ng nangyayari recently kasi talagang nakikita nyo na nauubusan sila ng stock eh. So talagang gumagalaw yung mga handloom woven product, which we never imagined in like maybe the last 5 years na it will ever happen. So ngayon tumaas yung paggamit natin ng local fabrics, tumaas yung interest natin. So napakalaking suporta yun. Hindi lang mang sa suporta sa livelihood, but suporta natin sa kultura. At isa pa, suporta din natin sa mga kababaihan because women are actually employed in the textile sector. Almost 80 to 90% are women. So, napakalaki po ng hugot, napakalaki po ng imprint niya. And we are just very happy because ito yung pinakamahirap na part kasi ito yung pinakamahal. Ito yung pinakamahal na component. So, sana lang kung pinagpala lang PTRI, marami kaming ilalagay na ganito across the Philippines. But we can only do so much in a year. But rest assured, nakaplano yan. Part siya ng pagpaplanong medyo macro. So, alam natin na naka-align sila. Hindi ito yung parang ningas kugon.